This episode of the Marketing That Works podcast is brought to you by Anchor. If you haven't heard of Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast, period. Let me explain. It's what I make this podcast on. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many, many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm today to get started. What's up, party people? Welcome to another episode of the Marketing That Works podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Drew, your humble host. If you would rate and review the show, that would be so awesome. Would really appreciate that. And the other thing is if you would share this episode with one person today, that would mean the world to me. So all you need to do is if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, hit the little share button, go to messages, text messages, and see if you could find somebody in your phone book that would benefit from this message today. And the message that I wanted to go through, or today's lesson, today's education course, is going to be talking about growing an email list. And growing an email list, which is, we've talked about this several times on the podcast, is incredibly beneficial. Probably the number one thing most marketers and most business owners should be working on is an owned email list, but specifically through one tactic, and that tactic is contests. So let's talk again about why growing an email list is so critical. So what you have, growing an email list, you have all these social platforms that everybody is putting so much stock in. So you want to be on Facebook, you want to be on Twitter, you want to be on Instagram, trying to get followers. And of course, that's a really popular thing to do, and it's a very valuable thing to do, but it's not an owned platform. So at any point, like Facebook and Instagram have done in the past, they will change the algorithms to, diminish your organic reach. Or, Twitter may change the rules or whatever it may be. So those platforms are not owned by the person. They're owned by the platform themselves, the companies, Facebook with Facebook and Instagram, for instance, or WhatsApp for that matter. That's why growing an email list, and this is something, if you guys listen to marketing podcasts regularly, you know this, you hear this all the time. Why the money is in the list, and why is that the case? It's because it's something that you own and you can carry with you through time. And also, email lists are prone to show over time and through different studies that they are more valuable. They lead to more revenue because if somebody's on your email list, they've given you the permission to be in their inbox. And that's one of the most sacred places you can be, is in their email inbox. So you want to put the stock, you want to put the time in growing your email list. And that's one thing I just want you guys to take away today. If you get one thing out of this, is put some more time this week, especially with what's going on in the world. And I know you may listen to this in the future, but it's April 30th. And, we still have the coronavirus going on, COVID-19. We have all that going on. And, everybody's going through this crisis time frame. And they're thinking about, well, how do I keep business going? How do I keep my business afloat? How do I keep revenue coming in? Well, one of the most important things you could have done over the years is have that owned email list that you could send a special promotion or a donation or something out there to keep the business or nonprofit alive. And imagine if you didn't have an email list and you only had the social platforms and you didn't have advertising money to spend against Facebook and Instagram, and you couldn't extend that organic reach, you'd be in trouble right now. So it's so valuable to keep and own an email list of people who have allowed you to be in their inbox, because that's one of the most trusted things that you can be in right now, is someone's inbox, and give them some value over time. Keep it full of value for these people that they know you for your expertise, but cultivate, curate, grow that email list. And again, we're going to talk about one tactic in particular today, and that's through contests. And I want to talk about one tool in particular, but real quick, we're going to just take a quick break, and I'll come right back. Hey guys, I know a lot of my audience out there, small business owners, entrepreneurs, freelancers, contract workers, maybe startup owners, Well, we've got a tool for you. It's called Tresta. It is a virtual phone system, okay? It's a virtual phone system that offers unlimited business calling, texting, and easy management in an easy-to-use app. It's business communication simplified. Simply go to Tresta.com. Tresta is Tresta.com. Get a 30-day free trial today. Again, Tresta, the virtual phone system. I think you guys will really like this. Give it a try today. Tresta.com. Tresta.com. Okay, welcome back. Thanks for listening to that. Okay, so growing your email list through contests. I think contests are incredibly important. So contests, sweepstakes, we're kind of talking about the same thing. So with contests, you're getting somebody on the internet, you're getting somebody interested in what you're giving away. And there's a lot of great value propositions that are out there right now, whether you can give away a $200, $300 iPad or you can give away a $25 Amazon gift card. There's a lot of people that will give you their email address. Of course, you want to combine it with you're giving something away from a valued resource or someone that they trust, but then you're giving something that's also personally valuable to them. So one of the things through contests that I want to reiterate is you want to make sure that when you're doing the contest that you are targeting your avatar with the gift or with the prize that you are giving away. So let's say that you're targeting gardeners and you give away some sort of computer thing, I don't know, whatever. You give away a hard drive or you give away, I don't know, something that wouldn't be, but they're a gardener, so they want gardening tools or they want something, or maybe they want a Home Depot or Lowe's gift card. That's something that's more valuable to them. So this is a very simple principle, but don't start a contest until you have it figured out of what your avatar, what your audience is looking for. So, and again, we talked about growing your email list, why it's so valuable, why doing contests are so valuable, but you need to take the right steps and process. And the first one is knowing your target, knowing your avatar, and picking something that has a high value prop to that avatar, to that target list, and then creating your contest around that. So I want to say thanks for sticking around this long in the podcast, because this is the tool that I've been wanting to talk about throughout the podcast, because it's a free tool and it is fantastic because of the tools that's inside of this one tool, and that tool is called King Sumo Giveaways. So if you go to King Sumo, let's see, it's just kingsumo.com, and you can sign up free. You can start a contest today. Now, they have some enterprise plans, of course. It's brought to you by the same people that own AppSumo, SendFox, Noah Kagan's company. They've got a live example on there. Like the live example that they have on King Sumo right now is win 2 $500 Amazon gift cards if you enter. So it's got value right here. It's got time left. They're going to give away 2 to 2 different winners. So enter your email address. You can sign up with Facebook. You can sign up with Google. Now, one of the really cool things that King Sumo Giveaways packages inside of the tool is this sort of viral nature of the contest. So in particular, like let's use a case study of my friend Leighton Hart at Market Street Media that may be running a contest really soon, and he's asked me about strategy. Well, first we got to pick the target, we got to pick the avatar. So what would podcasters like? What would people in the media space, social media space like? So that could be a gift card, but it could also be a podcasting microphone or a podcasting soundboard or something like that. Super high value prop, maybe something that people are on the fence about buying. Okay, so we start with the avatar, then the prize. Then the next thing is we've identified that yes, getting the email is number one priority or goal, but the second thing is King Sumo gives you the ability to have subsequent goals and priorities, like if someone was to share it on Twitter or share it on Facebook or share it on Instagram, they could get 5, 10, 15 extra entries into the contest. That's really cool. So one thing for Leighton is we're trying to grow subscribers on his YouTube channel at Market Street Media. That's a huge priority right now because putting a lot of great content out, so we want to grow that page. All right, so how do we grow that page? We grow it through subscribers. So one of the things that we could do through King Sumo Giveaways is make the secondary goal right after getting an email getting the email address is prioritizing a YouTube subscription to the top, okay, or following the YouTube page, but YouTube subscription. So we could say that's worth 50 extra entries versus Facebook is worth 5 extra entries, because that's not where we prioritize the goal right now. So again, a place like this that gives you the ability to do a viral giveaway. So not only a giveaway that targets your avatar, so you give them a great prize for it or target via a great prize, but then you do it through a tool like King Sumo, then you have the ability to come down and say, what is my secondary priority? What do I want to grow through this? And you can grow your other social channels. So what we've gone over in this podcast, growing an email list is critical because you need to have an owned email list, because you can get 100%. Obviously, you're not going to get 100% reach with every email, but it is so valuable throughout time to build that email list. How do you want to build your email list? Well, one really high impact tactic is contests and sweepstakes. So you could start a contest, start a sweepstakes today. Then you want to choose your prize, but you want to choose your prize based on your avatar and your target group, your dream customer. Who are the dream customers? Okay, and then pick a prize based on that. Then we already know that your goal is to grow your email list. But a great thing like a tool like King Sumo is you can have a secondary goal of growing maybe one of your social channels, and you can do that by making it a higher value of virality. So if someone was to share it on a certain platform or to follow you on a certain platform, you give them more entries for that, which I absolutely love that entire formula. So I hope you've gotten a lot of value out of this podcast. I hope you'll go check out King Sumo giveaways. I'm getting nothing from this. I'm just a huge fan of Noah Kagan and everything that they do at Sumo Company and AppSumo and everything. But King Sumo giveaways, again, you can get started free. It's a great tool to grow your email list. Think about something that's high value proposition for your avatar, for your dream customer, and then grow that email list so you have an email list when times are tough, when times are good. You've got a big owned email list that you can target, that you can go to, that you can share value, that you can serve and provide for, but also that those are the people that are loyal, that'll come back to you, hopefully buy things again and again. Well, hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, share it with one friend today. I would greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you next time on the Marketing That Works podcast.